Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode with our producers here from Gollywood Productions. I am Norma Torres, and this is Guess Who again?
Luis, no last name.
No last name. We were going to keep them very open, but at the same time, no last name so people don't identify him. You can identify him by his face, though. Anyway, we have something very special for you today, like usual. Our programs are very knowledgeable and very special. Louis, what's happening with our Christianity, or why millennials are the biggest exodus leaving the church? And I have one of the millennials, and we're going to talk about why so many do not want to go to church. Why? Where have we gone wrong, Louis? Explain to me where we gone wrong.
I don't know. I guess you guys don't advertise the church as much as you guys should. I've never seen a commercial for church.
Advertisement. That's because a lot of this is my opinion, my humble opinion, by the way. If I were to promote it on ABC, they are for profit and they don't affiliate themselves with any religion. So I don't think any of us, any religion can actually go there and say, well, I want a commercial for my church, because they're actually targeting other people for profit, for money, and their views are very different than the church's views.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm. That's one thing I see it.
Mm-hmm.
What draws you away? What draws you away?
What draws me away is the fact that there's someone controlling my life. That's the biggest thing. Is us I can't even pronounce.
Manipulating?
No, not manipulating. It's us millennials believe that we want to be our own individual person. Individuality is a big thing now because there's so much out there. It's so easy to...
But Jesus was his own person. He was his own person, and he stood out in the crowd. He wasn't a follower of the Pharisees or the law.
That's the thing too. Now you guys have made that such a... It's no longer an outcast thing. Becoming a religious person is just being another person, part of the group.
And that's why the mold needs to be broken. Mm-hmm. We were called to be like Christ, not like other Christians, by the way. We were called to the only true, James 1:27 says, the only true religion is the one that we actually serve the widow and the orphan. That is the true religion, and the one that has no stains. So he's not telling us, go to the Pentecostal, go to Assemblies of God, and all these 4,200 religions in this world. This is how many religions we have out there. 4,200 religions. And you don't want to belong to one of them.
No.
You got choices. 4,200. But you don't want one.
That's the scariest thing. It's the same thing goes for profession. It's there's so many choices. You can do whatever you want. Why choose one? Choosing one religion is very difficult because there's so many. Like you said, there's 4,200, and 4,000 have this specific thing where it's like be yourself. And
Jesus was himself.
Oh yeah, Jesus was Jesus.
He was himself. He never followed the rest. When he came and he would go around the Galilee and Jerusalem and all these places where he did his miracles, he stood out because he was different. He stood out for breaking the rules of religion. So why you millennials don't show us older people what we've done wrong? Why we're losing you guys?
Because that's the thing too. You guys want help. You guys want to give help. It's like help yourself. Once you seek out religion, you've reached a place where you yourself can no longer create baffling ideas.
Well, when I came and learned, I grew up in a home of 13 ministers. Believe it or not, there's about 13 ministers in my home, but I think most of them did a very bad job of representing Christ. So I was away. I believed in God, and He did a lot of miracles because I knew God, but I didn't know Him the way I know Him now. From the past 2.5 years, I came to learn about Jesus. And I learned about Jesus. I didn't learn about religion. I wanted nothing to do with the religion. They thought I was too edgy for religion. They thought I was too educated for religion. They thought I was too blunt for religion. So basically, I got thrown out of the first church. So there's hope.
Satan came down, disguised himself as Gabriel, and told Mary that she was going to have the Son of God. And with that comes peace. Because knowing that the ultimate truth that Jesus...
This is what happens when you've been taught the wrong word.
So
and there's a lot of them out there.
Satan came
a
down.
lot of pastors that
And
teach
was like,
this, and this is the outcome.
I learned this myself.
This is the outcome.
I came up with this theory myself.
This is the outcome cuando no van a la iglesia.
Satan.
This is the outcome when their parents don't explain who's Jesus Christ.
You can find truth in a lie. And the lie was, Jesus was the Son of God. Jesus was just a savage. He refused to pay taxes and convinced tax collectors.
Now, what church do you belong that told you that? Because I have a problem. I'm going to go talk to your pastor.
Church of Scientology.
You belong to the Church of Scientology. Ay, Dios mío.
Yeah.
Ay, Dios mío. Have mercy on him.
See, that's the thing too. Like, I know.
When he was in the cross, this is why
I know God exists.
He was in the cross. This is the reason. This is the reason.
That's what I like to think about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, no. Jesus sacrificed himself because he knew that if he didn't kill himself, the words of God that he spoke would have been useless.
But he came to fulfill the prophets, the word of the prophets.
He was resurrected.
If you look at the book of Isaiah, he prophetized. Isaiah was a prophet, and he said in Isaiah, he said 53, it describes the crucifixion of Christ way before Christ came to become the flesh. The word became flesh. John 1:1. Y el verbo se hizo. So way before, the prophets would talk about him. There's the Messiah that's going to come. His name is going to be Emmanuel. He's God with us. And he's going to be crucified for our sins. So does your Bible leave all those books out?
No, it's just our sin is government. Right?
Your sin is personal. It's a personal choice.
No, Jesus was killed by the government.
Mm-hmm.
It actually went down
because the government thought that he had too many followers and they were losing. It was the Roman Empire.
The Roman Empire, yes, but it was the Catholic Church in specifics.
But now they preach him.
Yeah, that's because he was the King of Jews or whatever.
But they preach him now.
That's why they killed him. They killed him because he was the King of Jews. Well, not actually the King of Jews, but that's just what they named him when they. Well, what is his name? Pilate. He had no other choice but to do what the government said to do.
Correct. And the government, again, is actually invading the same thing with Jesus Christ. We banned Jesus Christ out of schools.
The number of the beast. It's just money.
So what would it take for you to come back to church?
Come back to church and go to church.
Not so much to church, but what would it take for you to come back to Jesus Christ? Not so much church. I'm not a big fan of religion.
Okay.
And I've been in trouble for not being a big fan of religion, okay?
Here's the thing where I come through.
I think we've done a horrible job as a religion.
This is where it is. Well, this is my standpoint on religion. Everything I've been given to this point, everything I've been told.
They've given you the back, right? They've given him the back.
My total conclusion is I'm Jesus Christ.
Hi, Louis.
Yeah, I'm gone.
That CBD is really out of control.
It's a THC that's still. It's lingering.
Ay, no, esta juventud, ¿qué vamos a hacer con ellos? And you know, one conclusion that I have about the millennials now is that I'm going to be at the mercy when I'm 62 years old.
You're at the
When
mercy.
it gets time for me to retire, this is who's going to be taking care of me.
Kids rule the world.
This is what I have to lean on when I'm 62 years old.
Yep, I'm gonna be the United States soon.
The what?
I'm gonna be part of the United States soon. I will be the wall.
The wall? What wall? You're going to build the
wall?
wall?
No, the United States itself is the beast.
Oh, yeah.
We're just a giant. We're just all bricks and part of that wall.
Okay. Some point of views. You learned a lot from millennials. You ought to think we're going to teach them, but then they end up telling you their point of view.
See, that's the thing. Age is just a number. When it comes to information, that's when you have to be scared of. You have to fear information.
That's why there's a book of
knowledge is power.
66 books.
Yes,
and people are afraid of information.
That book is used as a sword. It's not used as its peace.
It is. It just depends which way you take it. He is the Prince of Peace. Yeah. He is who he says he is. But he is the Prince of Peace. He is the Alpha and the Omega. He is the great I am. He is the Good Shepherd. He is the bread of life. He is the light of the world. He is.
I mean, it's been 2017 years since he was born. The entire world is counting around Jesus.
Mm-hmm. Counting what?
Since he's been gone. Or no.
We're waiting for his second coming.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Mm-hmm. Well,
We're waiting.
Everyone else is waiting. It's like
for the believers. The non-believers are waiting to see if it was indeed true.
No, the non-believers are just living out their lives in this chaos. The biggest thing of Christianity is you guys promise afterlife.
Uh-huh.
The punishment of what I'm doing right now. Everything comes together at the end. That's the thing about Jesus and God too. It's like if God exists, that's himself.
Oh, he does. He does. He exists to the ones that believe it.
Okay, yes, okay.
If you don't believe
then God,
the Bible was
God.
made for believers. It was not made for non-believers. He says, if you believe it. Si tú crees.
God has spoken to me, but I don't want to.
I think what you are.
I don't want to.
Let me just tell you this. You know that God's real,
yes.
But you're too afraid to let him down, or you're too afraid to let go of your life that you just enjoy so much. Because when you come to Christ, you got to change your way of life.
Yeah, I know.
And then I think it's really hard for you millennials to actually let go. You're not willing to sacrifice.
I'm not.
And I think that's where we as a church have gone wrong, and instructing you guys that it shouldn't be a sacrifice like this. It should be little, step by step, until you clean yourself out. It's like on a diet. You know, you can't lose 20 pounds overnight. It's going to happen little by little by little by learning how to eat. Pero ya.
So God exists.
Sí, Dios existe. No.
He's a savage. So your entire life, you've been told that he exists. Everyone tells you at one point in your life that he exists, and it's up to you whether or not you believe them. You believe them, but at the end, just know you're gonna be dead. He's gonna be in front of you. It's just gonna be like, everyone told you, man. Sorry, you're gonna fall down to hell.
There it is.